Well, not done one of these for a long time, so I thought I better just plug in and have a chat. We're in the middle of storm Bert, or as some of us will say of an age, Bert and Ernie. It's blowing a hoolie. We've gone from freezing cold temperatures to warm. Everything in my shed seems to be covered in bloody condensation, everything in the workshop here. Land Rover's in, because as you can see, no roof on it, and it's being used as a bit of a storage device at the moment, which I'm going to have to sort out next year before I get it back out on the road. But next year, we're talking about next year now. This year's been totally and utterly shite. I damaged my back. I've got 2 discs that need surgery, and the state of the NHS is terrible. It's disgusting. Now, it's not to do with the nurses and the doctors and the people on the shop floor. It's nothing to do with them at all. From what I've seen, they're getting well and truly shafted. It's the whole system. Unfortunately, the government, who are not in touch with the man on the street, that they haven't got a clue, they're saying, oh, we need money. So they're handing a big pot of money to the head man of the NHS, who pays all his managers and all their staff, and they then give the money to other managers and their staff, who take their cut, and then give it to like the Midlands manager and their staff, and they take their cut, and then they give it to like Lincolnshire, which is where I'm from, manager and their staff, and they take their cut, and then they give it to the hospitals. Now, I'm not going to mention hospital because bloody internet laws, I'll end up being locked up in the fucking tower or something. But then they give them to the hospitals, and then the hospitals open the envelope and it goes fuck all left, and they've got to go down and say to the nurses and doctors, there's fuck all left, but you've got to look after these people, and you've got to do it on a 12-hour shift a day. Well, there's a problem I can see. Nobody's going to work to the full capacity on a 12-hour shift, so that needs sorting out. What else needs sorting out is all these managers going up the ladder. We don't need them. We really don't need them. Say, here's the pot, this is what we've got X amount of hospitals, we split it and we go bump, there you go, give it straight to the hospitals, and then it cuts out all these managers and their staff and every fucker else, Sanger on and Klingon and the golf club and the secretary that's only there for one job and it's taking down not notes. But that's how this country works, and that's how it's always worked. Government's the same. It's all friggin' fiddled. And they don't give a toss. And unfortunately, until we get somebody in power who can say, hang on a minute, we either A, need to sort out all these managers, get shut of at least half, if not more, and get more staff, or we're not going to pay all those managers. We're going to give it to the hospital to sort their money out. Then we're not going to have an NHS. We're going to have this situation we've got now. But that seems to be the private sector. It's not just the NHS. Anything else in the private sector, they give the top man money, and he gives his secretary money and his management money, and he pays his golf club membership out of it, and for the holiday abroad for probably his family, some of them his secretary, but well, you know, sorry, we don't go into that. And so on and so forth, and it runs through the whole bloody lot of the private sector. The private sector really wants grabbing by the throat and giving a fucking good shake and saying, stop fucking scamming us. You're here for us. Not for your own pocket, for us. The people of the country. The farmers, the pensioners. Yes, I'm getting those two in early. The engineers. I'm an engineer. The building site labourers, the brickies, the plumbers. We need a country, we need a leader of a country who can A, see the problem with all the private sector workers of them lining their own pockets and not giving a shite about anybody else. We need a leader who does come from a working background and not says, oh, Daddy was a tool room maker because he only made one tool and we've got that tool looking after the country. No, Daddy owned a tool making company. That's a whole lot different. When you've had it handed to you on a plate, you ain't a worker. And then we might get somewhere. But until that day, we're shafted. Well and truly. Well, I've made 6 minutes 20. I'm going to post that on YouTube. Doubt it'll get me anywhere. Probably get me locked up. If I get half a dozen likes, then I might do another one next week. If I get told to sod off or banged up, then I won't. Take care. Try and keep safe. You can't in this country, can you? It's shafted. It's sinking. Bye.